Yo, 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 yo. What up, man? Welcome to Mezzo Forte, the sports. That's right, Bar Talk for the super fans. We chilling out with the crew. Who do we got today's edition? We got the phenomenal one here. We got the man with no class. He talks trash. He's Seabass. We got a guy who's walked the walk. Now he talks and talk. It's the coach, the skull. As always, our faithful producer, Crack AV. Our fearless host, Danny BMD. And me, of course, your amateur hype man, Super Van Art. We talking sports, South Texas style. Go, take it away, Dan.
Yo. Welcome to Mezzo Forte Sports. Bar Talk for Superfans, coming to you live from San Antonio, Texas, to your ears, providing some sport time for your free time. What up, this your host, Danny BMD. How's everyone doing today? How'd your team do this week? What up? Couple introductions. How's it going? Tosco.
Coach.
What's the deal, guys? Taking it easy today.
Nice. Hold on,
He's going to be a pappy, everybody.
Hold on, need a little name change over here. My bad. Little technical difficulties. It's okay because you guys know me. All right.
User error, I'm sure.
Got the phenomenal Juan. How are you doing today, man?
You can't complain, fellas. Happy to be here.
Nice.
Packers in first place, so I'm sitting pretty.
Nice, of course. Yeah, of course. Seabass, how are you doing?
I'm doing phenomenally bad if we're talking about Jaguars football, but today I'm having a great day. Glad to be here, guys.
There you go. Something positive. It's all good, right? How is Vegas today, Crack AV?
Hey, man. It's nice and cool over here. Nice, cool, and windy. I'm having a great time out here. It's good to be here with you guys.
Nice. And, of course, we already heard from our super fan Heart. What up?
What up, doggies?
All right, guys. So for today's episode, we're going to talk a couple things. Talk a little NFL, some football, talk a little college ball as well. And hit a little bit of NBA towards the end, maybe some rapid fire. So you guys check it out. And go ahead and if you guys have any comments, any questions, or anything like that on our Facebook, we do have Twitch going on live and also on our YouTube. Again, we'll just kind of towards the end as we kind of go along. I'll let you guys know where to follow and just kind of go from there. So, switching to our gridiron news.
Yeah.
So the way this is gonna actually work is we're gonna actually top three news of NFL going on right now, and just hear what your opinion is. We will actually go ahead and start off with Coach Tosco.
Coach.
Now, this is for everyone to listen. Just let me know what you think. Big Ten has allowed to change the eligibility to only 4 games to be eligible for, in this case, a Big Ten championship. Obviously, this is due to COVID. A lot of things are weird this year, things like that. Hashtag asterisk, whatever, right? People think. But in this case, it allows Ohio State, which most people, agree would mean, be the better of the Big Ten teams to be part of the championship. So, we'll start with you, Coach Lesko. What do you think?
Well, the reason why they're doing this is because it's their own fault, essentially, because they were, like I said in previous episodes, they were the last ones to the dance. They only prepared a 10-game schedule in basically 10 weeks. So, they didn't leave much room for error, which in this COVID season happened. And it left Ohio State with 5 games. And then they needed to win, to have more games to make them seem like they played a season. They needed to have more games under their belt, but it didn't happen. Games canceled. And now they didn't meet their own criteria of having 6 games played to make it to the Big Ten championship. Now, right now, Ohio State's ranked 4 in the standings. If you all know, in college football, the top 4 make it to the playoff. Right now they're number 4, and a lot of people are, discussing whether it should be allowed or not. Uh, for them to be in, whether the Big Ten changed or not. I personally feel that the Big Ten's gonna do it so they can have their team there. Do I think it's right? No. I think there's teams that have played more games in harder conferences because the Big Ten realistically is a conference that's no good this year. People are making a claim for Indiana, who's 6-1. People are making a claim for Northwestern, who's 6-1, who will play Ohio State in the Big Ten championship. But those teams, realistically, if you look at the Big Ten, Minnesota was no good. Michigan was no good. Michigan State, no good. Penn State, no good. Maryland, no good. Maryland has Tua's little brother, quarterback to watch for the future. And all those teams, no good. Okay. And it's their own fault. I don't believe that it's something that should have been done, but the Big Ten's going to do it so they can have their team be represented. I think the committee should really take a strong look at this and be like, give a team like Texas A&M who has one loss an opportunity playing in the SEC with tougher teams. And the only team they lost to was Alabama, who's number 1.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you also have the argument for the non-Power 5 schools, like Cincinnati, who's undefeated, Coastal Carolina, who's undefeated. You have Louisiana, who has one loss, okay, and they beat the number 6 team, Iowa State, earlier in the year. I mean, there's a lot of cases for you to make, but it's something that we're gonna have to live with in this COVID year.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things where I don't know, money's involved and stuff. Obviously, and you just you know, kind of go along with it. I guess it's just one of those years. It's just everything's kind of weird. What do you think, Phenomenal
But
Juan? Oh, just yeah, Tosco.
Well, I was just gonna say one last thing. Uh, it's if you're looking at the top 4 teams, yes, Ohio State has top talent. It's Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, top talent in all of college football. But you play the games for a reason. You play the schedule that you are dealt. It happened this past weekend with Florida. Florida's one of those other teams that was up there. Fortunately, they lost this past weekend on Cleat Gate, and and
Oh, wow.
and they ended up losing
Go
38-35 to a crappy LSU team. But the point is, and the coach brought it up after, and I think it wasn't a real smart move for him to do it right after the game. But once you lose one of those games, you're in the hunt. He got rather emotional, and he said, well, I think we should be in it. Ohio State should be out because we played double the games. They played 10 games already and lost twice.
Yeah.
And and Ohio State only played 5 games versus crappy teams. So, he's saying that he should deserve to be, his team deserves to have be in it. Louisiana, and maybe so, but the fact that, Ohio State, when they started playing, they were ranked number 3 in the nation with 1 game played.
Yeah.
Notre Dame had 5 games. Alabama had 5 games. Clemson had 6 games. Ohio State played 1 game, and they were ranked number 3 over everybody else that had already played for weeks. It just goes to show. Yeah, it goes to show, what people, the preconceived notions that people come in with, and people have them for a reason. So, more than likely, as long as Ohio State beats Northwestern, there's a good chance Ohio State's going to make it. So.
Nice. So, just want to get your take on that, Phenomenal Juan.
I mean, I agree with Tosco. I mean, is it fair? No, because of the sample size, right, that they
Yeah.
get, and also the quality of it. But hey, like he also said, you play the games that you're dealt. They won the games that they played.
Mhm.
It's kind of like it's. I compare it to like the NFC East game, the playoff berth. Like
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, I was gonna bring that. I just thought about that when you were talking, Juan. That's a great point.
There you go. So like, Yeah, man, it's only fair. I mean, I'm taking all your points, Tosco, because I agree with every single one of them. I mean, we see that what they played 5 games, Ohio State. There's even talk about them flipping them, I believe, with Texas A&M and them too. So I mean, just to kind of piggyback off what Tosco said, what I would do is
Yeah.
I would give Alabama a bye,
Uh huh.
um, and then just have them to play it off, and why not? Play or have a playoff game for to see who plays Alabama. I think that's only fair.
And I think
And
like specifically like that in football there is, I mean, yeah, I know, right, it's the body and recover and stuff like that, but there is a lot of time between games
Mm,
where like how the NFL is kind of making it work or whatever. I mean, you can kind of make it work with like college ball, even though it's already kind of late in the game anyway.
mm,
But yeah, I would have done like April's, do Thursday and then Friday or and then Saturday or something like that, like
yeah.
catch
yeah,
up.
Well, obviously, yeah, not in the same week, obviously, right? I know
No,
that's not what you
correct, but like
meant.
you know what I mean, like
Um,
kind of,
yeah, I get what you're saying.
yeah.
Like
Instead
just
of having
or
7 days, maybe have
mhm,
5 days.
yeah, there you go. I mean,
And
it's kind of like what you play what you're dealt, and or maybe even make it to where Alabama and Notre Dame, if they end up in the first 2 seeds, right, let them get a bye, and have Clemson and at number 3 if they stay at number 3 after the hell of a game coming up this weekend, right? But
yeah.
yep.
just whoever's at 3 faces 6, and that way, like, hey, let's just shut up and like let's play at the end of the day, you know.
And that's something that they had been discussing before, expanding the 4 teams. But obviously, with the COVID year, that's something that couldn't do. But
Mhm.
maybe because of the COVID year, it's time to experiment. It's a good
I
idea to
agree.
to say, you know what, the top 2 teams get a bye. Bring in the next 4 teams, have them play each other, and then they play the top 2.
Yeah. I mean, hell, the NFL did it. They added 2 extra teams this year,
Yeah,
to the
there we go.
playoffs. Like,
So
I don't like because I
yeah.
think that's the reason why. Because if ever about player safety, they're gonna get crapped on. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
exactly.
you care about player safety, and you're trying to give us less buys when we earned it, right? No, I mean it's really they did it for like, okay, you never know, we're not gonna be able to make up games. This is the reason why, to get that extra playoff team in there in case there's circumstances like that. So I think this is one of those situations that college football needs to look. Hey, there's extenuating circumstances.
Yeah.
Maybe we should expand it to at least 6, even if it's just for this year, and then revisit next year.
There we go. So just kind of getting um your thoughts on that, Seabass.
Well, honestly, if I speak much, it'll just be to echo what Tosco and Juan said. Definitely don't think it's fair. No, there's a lot of teams out there 5-0, 6-0. USC, a lot of teams they could probably complain, but pretty much money talks, and we're talking
Yeah.
about Ohio State. We're talking about, yes, it's not fair, but it's 2020. They're changing it up. It's a year where a lot of things just went to crap schedule wise, injury wise, COVID restriction wise. So absolutely not fair, but that's what it is. And Ohio State will definitely not be winning the championship anyway. So uh, Alabama's going to go through.
Not,
Dang. All right. So
and, I,
Yeah,
and
and
I'm
plus
glad.
Justin Fields is in there too. If people want to see him in the bowl games, there's that too.
Yeah, and one last thing, what
Congrats.
Seabass said. Yeah, Seabass said brought up USC. USC is also
Mm-hmm.
5-0. USC is also in a conference that is no good this year. Why isn't USC up there?
there you
They're
Exactly.
go.
ranked they're ranked 15, 16. USC is also a big name, but USC hasn't been getting the talent that Ohio State's been getting. They don't have
Mm-hmm.
the Justin Fields name.
They got
They don't
Bama.
have. Yeah, exactly. So
I mean, and they
yeah,
won I mean, they won a championship not that long ago, anyway. So the
Yeah.
recruiting goes way up for that.
yeah, of course. So
They
so
need
it's like
consistent victories and seasons ranked together to actually change the mindset of all the recruiters and all the
Oh yeah.
so
Yeah.
of
So
course
Cincinnati's 8-0. That's crazy.
the Natty, Coastal. There's teams there, but it's
yeah. I
it's
hope
not because it's the flashy name, Coastal Carolina. Who
Who?
when have you heard of them?
yeah.
The Louisiana. Raging Cajuns. That's the team. Like
Cincinnati.
exactly, not
And
LSU, Louisiana Raging Cajuns. So I mean,
not
it's like
Sick name.
Oh, I thought
not the
you
new
said the LSU Tigers for a second.
not
no,
the
no,
new Raising
no.
Canes in Laredo.
Yeah, no, 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 not
No, not those.
not LSU. LSU is Tigers. These are Louisiana Raging Cajuns, ranked 19th.
Oh,
Oh yeah, and like, but they're 9-1. You know, why couldn't they be up there? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
so I think in this COVID year, I think it's an opportunity to change it up. Make a risk,
Yeah, I
pay the
think so too.
risk and have different teams. Yeah.
So just kind of moving along to the next gridiron news. In this case, it is a playoff picture as it currently is in the NFL. So right now, AFC with the first round bye. Now we did add two additional teams to the playoffs. Um,
And that made it
so
very interesting this year.
yeah, so it's like it's pretty interesting. So in this case, AFC, of course we have the Chiefs with the first bye. Steelers, number two. They would actually be playing the Dolphins, which are number seven. And then you have the Bills at three. They'd be playing the Colts. And then you have the Titans at four, and they'd be playing the Browns. So that's the AFC. NFC. We do have the Packers with the first round bye. One. Second, we'd have Saints. Cardinals. Well, Cardinals at Saints. And then Rams. We'll be playing the Bucks. And the Washington football team will be playing the Seahawks. But the Seahawks would be at Washington. So,
mm,
very,
interesting.
very interesting interesting playoffs, especially when we added that extra team. Like, I feel like there's a lot of teams in the playoffs.
Hmm.
So in this case, we're actually gonna go ahead and start with Phenomenal Juan. Um, just your thoughts on the current playoff picture and an additional kind of bonus question: are the Packers gonna stay number one?
Okay. Well, obviously, I am enjoying the playoff picture because the Packers have the number one seed. We got that, and then of course we got the tiebreaker over the Saints. We got the Rams who are in in the NFC West, which is already hard enough. So they're
Yeah,
just gonna beat up on each other. And then the only two games, the only game I was afraid of for the or that I was cheering for on the uh, for the Chiefs. Well, I don't hate the Chiefs, but I was like, hey, I think it would obviously be favorable if they beat the Saints.
hmm
And I did call the Saints losing to the Eagles, just because you can't prepare for a quarterback you haven't seen and that runs a lot, that can
hmm
improvise.
yeah,
Kind of saw that coming, them sleeping. So that worked favorably. What else? Just I think, and the Packers have an easier schedule. I mean, aside from the Titans, but we have that kind of cushion to where the NFC West beats up on each other. The Saints play the Chiefs, and I'm
yeah.
thinking the Chiefs take it this weekend
Oh,
because there's no because Taysom Hill versus Patty Mahomes boy. So
bye.
enough said. Gadget
Drew
It's a,
Brees
versus
that's
coming back.
literally it's a bye week. It's a
You
Patty Mahomes
started?
bye week.
is Breeze
Drew
really
Brees
coming
should be
back?
coming back.
What?
Think so?
Is he coming back? Is he coming back this week?
Let me get it a little.
There's there was a report today,
Dude, he got
but
hurt, bro. He got
Ooh.
hurt.
So is it a 40-year-old Breeze or 35, 34-year-old Breeze? Because
He's
if
rested and stuff.
I
because if that's
mean,
the
he's
case,
rested from a broken rib. Like,
uh, I'll take
He was
number 20.
up.
I'll take number 15 in this one. In the prime of his, he's probably not even in his prime, which is even scarier.
so then for
So
so the
yeah.
secondary question.
So yeah, I mean, because of the schedule, the Packers should stay there. The Packers need it more because the
hmm
Packers struggle against the run. So if we play in Green Bay and it's a little colder,
Yeah.
even though you're gonna try to run, it's gonna hurt taking all those hits in the frozen tundra. So we definitely need it more than the Saints who play in the dome. Um, yeah, and I think even if we lose to the Titans, which I think we actually probably took an L on that one because one, it's on my birthday and nothing good happens on my birthday, and two, because we show against a run against normal backs. Three, this back that we're gonna play is a 6'2" monster. So
That guy's in the
I
prime
think I
for sure.
yeah, he's gonna run for 200 easily on us. So
God.
and the Titans always play us tough, just historically. I think the last time we beat them, they put up like Mariota put up like 50 some points on us.
Oh
So
my god.
I think we lose that one, but we will beat the Panthers this weekend and we will beat the Bears to close the season.
Nice. So just a quick one on that, Seabass. What do you think?
Regarding the playoff picture
Playoff picture. Yeah.
entirely, I mean, it's gonna change from what we're looking at, but there are some good games that I would love to see here. Packers Saints, especially with a healthy Drew Brees, would be awesome in the playoffs if possible. 1 and 2 Super NFC Championship.
So how about this? Give me a team that you think or that isn't in the playoffs and you think has a chance to get in.
Sleeper.
Quite honestly, Arizona Cardinals, the Vikings if they win, the Ravens have a chance if they win out. I think those are the teams that I would say could sneak in and get a wild card, especially now with the extra spot. Dolphins, they're literally right there as well. They just need one of those teams at 9-4 to lose a couple games or have a key injury, and it could change a lot. But definitely, I would say that the Cardinals or Ravens for each of the conferences. I think that they might sneak in.
And then just for Tosco, just a quick question: are the Bills for real?
Oh, I think the Bills are definitely for real. I think that they,
Josh Allen's
you
for
know,
real too.
oh yeah, Josh Allen's for real. He's one of those that if he continues the way he's doing, he's gonna be one of those competing for those MVPs with
Mm-hmm.
Mahomes, and in
Amen.
the next 5 to 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Every year it's gonna be them too.
And
Um,
does the playoff picture in general?
The new Brady man.
uh, I do think. Well, I don't disagree with any of the guys. One thing I will say after this weekend, I do think that the Packers, uh, they do have a chance to keep the number one, but I wouldn't count out those Rams. The Rams have 3 games left. They have the Jets, they have the Cardinals, and they have the Seahawks. Now, one's right. The West, all 3 of those teams are in the playoffs. They're going to fight each other,
Yep.
for those spots. But the Rams already beat the Seahawks and beat the Cardinals. The
And
team
they're
that the Rams lost to was the 49ers. So, uh, so the Rams have already beat them twice. Now, I mean, have already beat both of them. Sorry. I don't know if they're going to be able to beat them twice, but I mean, I wouldn't count out the Rams. That defense is nasty. The Seahawks haven't been playing great. They looked good last week, but they played the Jets. So that's not saying the Rams. That defense. And the Cardinals are not playing great. Yeah, they won again. They beat the Giants, but the Giants offensively looked looked horrible. The defense kept them in the first half. The offense looked horrible. I do think that they brought back Daniel Jones 1 week too early, but I wouldn't discount the Rams to make a push. I don't know if they can catch the Packers with that schedule, but I think the Rams can make a push.
Nice.
Do you
So
believe Jared Goff?
What was that?
Do you believe in Jared Goff? Or
I believe in that defense.
That's- okay.
so
I believe in that defense, and I believe in those receivers. So
Mhm.
all he
so
has to do is
I'm
give that
curious
five
about
that
Goff.
that.
Nothing against him. I'm curious about him, but
I
you
still don't
don't
think he's proven himself to be that elite level yet, but
do you think he can make? I mean, he did go to Super Bowl, but I mean, he did play Belichick, and that was Sean McVay's first. Like I mean,
Mhm.
and that was
They were
everything.
both inexperienced.
exactly.
yeah. I mean, I think the moment
To
was
the
a
end,
little
the
too
coach.
big. Yeah. I mean, it's Belichick.
Was
That
the
guy can
moment
just.
too big for you, Danny, when you had your first?
He
Anyways,
will
no, I
eruption.
agree.
No,
I,
a
I
little
agree.
bit,
I agree.
a little
Um,
bit.
yeah, I think you could say the same about Jared Goff. I think Belichick prepared, awesomely for that team. Shut down Todd Gurley, and shut down that the Jared Goff, those receivers.
Yeah,
The defense was there. The game was what 14-10-3.
Yeah.
yeah,
The game was a defensive battle. But it was the little offensive things that the Rams couldn't do. So
Hmm.
I don't
yeah,
think they're far off. I don't think the Rams are that far off. So we'll see.
yeah. So in this case, I'm just kind of looking at here. Sorry, guys. So in this case, just the last part is gonna be max deals. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually have Tosco kind of lead us on this one.
Coach.
Okay, so I think the max deals we're talking about is the NBA, the deals that have been happening.
Yeah. So this is
So
we are switching now. We are kind of Great Iron News. But we're gonna throw a little curveball, throw a little NBA in there. Because I did just want to talk about Harden situation. Because I know we were talked about earlier, and I
yeah,
want to get Juan's perspective on that.
Can't leave
well,
out Giannis too.
So
do
in
you?
this case, so we'll do the right now the max deals. So the max deals going on. I'm actually gonna have Tosco kind of lead with the just tell me the max deals that you want.
Well, I think I've been looking at three of the max deals. I've been looking at just one second. Let me let my dogs out real quick. I don't know if you want to go to Juan
All right, cool, 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 cool.
Oh,
because they're not
Tosco,
gonna
let the
stop
dogs
barking.
out. Tosco, Tosco, Tosco,
Oh,
Tosco,
Tosco.
Tosco.
Oh, Coach Tosco, put your doggies on.
Got the
All right,
dog pound.
all right. We're gonna throw a little NBA at you, Juan. So just the max deals. I mean, I'll start with the easy one. Giannis.
Okay, I think Tosco's back actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right.
All right, all right, got him, got him. There we go, there we go.
Good save.
That's one way to let the
So
dogs out.
real quick.
Save me,
Uh,
Lamar.
um, I've been I guess the three that happened recently. It's Paul George, Anthony Davis, Paul George, and Giannis. And looking at the Giannis deal, he's gonna get what the highest contract ever, the biggest contract ever.
Yeah.
Uh,
5 years, not even that long.
the 5 years is not that
22.
long, but you're gonna get him in his prime. He's 26, so by the time the 5 years are over, it's gonna be he's gonna be 31, which is right there at his prime to a little bit outside his prime. But this contract, looking at it, he's gonna start off at 39 mil, and then at year
God.
five, he's gonna be at 51 mil.
God.
So
And then he'll film Space Jam 3.
yeah, pretty much. And then
I think Space Jam 2 will come out by
hopefully, but what I was trying to get at is, if you look at the Paul George deal,
Oh my
he's also
God.
starting at 39, and Anthony Davis is starting at 32. So my thoughts here are, is Paul George really on par with Giannis, and is Anthony Davis less valuable than Paul George? Oh no!
Juan, I'll let you take lead on like the first take because this one's a little heavy.
Well,
What
I
is a
mean,
man worth, Juan?
What is he worth?
tell the
Exactly.
internet. I mean, it's the NBA,
Clarence.
man. It's the NBA. Do y'all remember what's his freaking name from the Wizards? Is it Otto Porter or
Otto
uh,
Porter,
yeah, I
Bradley
don't.
Beal, or Otto
I mean,
Porter. Otto Porter was there.
Porter.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he got stupid money also, and I was like, who? And I watch
Yeah.
basketball a lot, and I was like, who got paid that much from the Wizard? And it's the Wizards in my defense, right? Who really knows the players there? But like my point is NBA players are always overpaid. So at this point, you kind of have to pay if they're decent. You kind of have to pay them. Or else they leave. And Giannis, obviously, he was gonna get supermax at it was his. It was never a question of if they're gonna pay him or not. It
It's
was a
just
question if
who?
he wants to leave or not,
Yeah.
or traded or whatnot. So, the Bucks, good for the Bucks, right? The Bucks ended up winning. I feel bad for Giannis because he's probably not gonna win a title now because he just posted about Milwaukee, But hey, it made Aaron Rodgers happy because Aaron Rodgers is part owner, so he's happy about it, and hey,
There you
if
go.
it makes my quarterback happy, then the whole go Bucks, right? Um, but so
Lame.
yeah, Giannis got his money, deserved it. Paul George, same thing, just because of lower quality have gone paid. You know, Even though playoff P is a real thing, he really chokes in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Contracts are typically based on what you do in the season, right? And based on the season, you know, I would say he earned that contract. I wouldn't have wanted to pay him that much, you know,
Hmm.
but based on the other, bums in the NBA that have gotten paid, I would say he there's been worse that's gone paid. And then who was the other one? Davis. Obviously, Davis is going to be the franchise after LeBron leaves because when LeBron's kid makes it to the NBA, if he does, LeBron wants to, of course, play. And I doubt the Lakers are going to draft him with a lottery pick. I'm assuming Bronny's going to end up being a lottery pick. So I'm assuming LeBron's going to leave. Good thing Davis is locked in, though. I believe they think they're going to be contenders for a while, even though Davis has proven that he's not
Yeah.
he's
Good
not a
second man.
second he's a good second man. So I would say everyone got. I can see how they got it, and I'm not going to debate it. I think you had to pay these three guys. If I had to say who was less deserving, I would have to say obviously playoff P because he's the guy. Obviously, that's not the face, and obviously the guy without a ring. Giannis, yes, he's without a ring, but the dude's got two back-to-back MVPs, and he is the face of the franchise. And honestly,
Younger.
what kind of expectations do the Bucks really have, like without Giannis? So
Yeah. So, Seabass, your thoughts?
I think that this is not something that's ever going to go away. I think as long as the players know that it's in a way a bidding war whenever they're going to free agency. There's not an actual bidding war, but if you say no to this team, every other team is going to give you a similar or higher offer. So they're always going to get the max money. It doesn't matter where they go. If they don't believe it that they're going to get a ring or that getting a ring is their main priority, they're going to get the max money somewhere else. So you're going to get max
hmm
deals for players that don't deserve it. For as long as the cap is handled the way it is, as long as things keep going the way it is, I definitely think Giannis 5 years stuck in Milwaukee is gonna all depend on who else they put around him. Um, but I definitely agree. Paul George is the least deserving in that group of those three. But yes, he would still help the team. All three players here are gonna help their next teams, but the only one that might be worth the money is definitely Giannis.
But let me ask you, Seabass and Juan, knowing that James Harden got a max deal with the Rockets, do you think the Rockets regret it? Knowing what they're 2 years in, 3 years in into that deal, do you think they regret giving them the max?
No, I don't think they do because of all the hope and actual pieces they tried to put around him and the way he played during the regular season when he was in there. I think they regret how it all panned out. In hindsight, they didn't win a ring, they didn't go far. But I don't believe that they regret bringing him on and having that stretch or that journey to see if he was the guy that would get him the championship because it's not like they bid at any other high value players out there.
I mean, I would say they obviously because of circumstances right now, they probably are regretting it. But I mean, if we really look at it, it's kind of based on what team you
Yeah.
talk about. Like we talk about the Spurs that they can make, well, they used to, right? Hopefully that changes now.
LeBron,
They're able to make less with more, more with less, right? Or versus the Rockets, they really don't have much of a standard of winning. They haven't won since 95, 96, or 90,
With a dream.
93, 94, right?
94. Okay. 94,
Yeah.
95, or 94, 93.
With
93, 94. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
with
Yeah.
a
So yeah, it's since the 90s, right? And
yeah.
it's been a while since they won. So they don't have a standard of winning there. obviously the Clippers. Come on, like zero standard
My
of
bad.
winning.
My bad.
I mean, when you're the you're not even the favorite team in your own city, that should tell you that what kind of standard that they have there. So obviously you need a reason to have any type of fan base. Obviously Paul George got his money. The and Davis. It's kind of like, hey, this guy's in his prime. You can say he's arguably the best player out of the three that we're talking about, arguably, right?
Mhm.
Um, so he obviously deserves max money, and he's with LeBron. So but they have a much higher standard versus these two guys. Is kind of like, hey, or the Rockets, we kind of have to give them their money because what else do we have in the city? Because
Yeah.
after that, we'll like just go into obscurity and like we'll be irrelevant. The
So
Lakers will be relevant regardless.
like what did the Rockets need? Okay, so that run, right? That run they had like a couple years ago with CP3. I mean, the CP3, CP3 has not really proven to get past like the conference. I don't even think. I think he reaches the conference. He never reaches actually wins it or whatever, um, or even reaches it. I don't know. But what is it that they need? Like, is it Harden not like leadership? Is it just someone not taking a number two and number three role? I don't know. I'm just kind of curious, like specifically about like the Rockets. I mean, obviously now it's different, right? Because as they Westbrook's out. CP3 isn't there obviously anymore, and Trevor Reese isn't there. For like as a defender in the wing, and they don't really have any of the pieces they had, but they were there, dude. They're right there. Like you could they literally, but it feels like he just runs out of gas, or I don't know, quién sabe.
Style of play.
Like
Yeah. I
so,
mean,
I just what do you think, Juan?
it's kind of what we talked about, right? The reason why we kind of like not we don't mean to, but we kind of sometimes do bag on DeRozan, right? There is only a few guys that are the guy. There is a Kawhi, there is a LeBron, there is a Curry, there's a Durant, right? Those guys that they have higher standards. Like, oh, this is the man, right? This guy can lead his team, right?
Yeah,
Um, and then there's the Hardens, the Westbrooks. They're really good players, and you can probably win some MVPs with them. But you can win a ship with them, right?
yeah,
So if you can, you it's kind of like you take what you expect out of them. I mean, they need a superstar, and those guys they're better suited for a number two role. As great as they are, even though they can win MVPs, that's where their ceiling is. You know, like they have a great season to where LeBron has multiple seasons that probably even with better numbers, and he's not MVP because he has a higher standard and they expect higher from them.
yeah.
Whether they have lower expectations, and it's like, oh yeah, that's good
Just
for
ran
him.
regular. Yeah, just win regular season like
Yeah, and lead the
games or
championships
whatever.
to the big dogs. Yeah, exactly. So I think that's what they need a true superstar. But kind of going to Tosco's question earlier, I mean the Rockets had no choice. It's either sign this guy, be a good playoff contender, maybe get luck into a championship, kind of like the Raptors did. Like, hey, you never know, but or be a lottery team. You're kind of limited there.
And I agree with what you're saying, and it makes me think like a team like the Magic or a team like the Suns, right now, or the Bobcats, or do we still have Bobcats? Hornets. I'm sorry,
Hornets.
Hornets. Like so those teams have the
Man
money.
World.
Yeah, those teams have the money, but they don't sign those big free agents.
Yeah,
You know, up until recently, I guess the Hornets, Gordon Hayward, something like that.
Hmm.
But I guess what I'm getting at is, so if I'm the owner of that team, I will sign one of these max, try and sign one of these guys for a max deal, so that I can make more money in the long run. But now, are you in it for the money, or are you in it for the chip? And that's one of the things I'm thinking about, because you bring up a great point, Juan. The franchise mentality. The Spurs. You're coming to the Spurs. Doesn't matter what
The
who's on the
Spurs.
team, how the
You're
team's
coming to the
performing.
Spurs.
The
Doesn't
standard
matter what
is a
who's
championship.
on the team, how the
You're
team's
coming to making
performing.
it to the playoffs and going for the championship. So how is it that not every team has that mentality? And that's just something that boggles my mind. What kind of coaches are there? If you don't have a coach that wants that or has that, then what's the point? Are you gonna just be a coach that relies on signing the big players? As that Ty Lue. Ty Lue coached LeBron in Cleveland. Ty Lue coached LeBron in the Lakers. So I want to see what Ty Lue can do with the fucking Hornets and shit. I want to see what he can do with those
exactly,
teams.
yeah.
Because Ty Lue's gonna win a championship, or he already won a championship, or he's gonna win a championship, or whatever. And it's like, what has he done? Or with the Clippers, he's with the Clippers now. I'm sorry. So it's like, what is he really a good coach, or is he just a guy that's a buddy that agrees with everything they say? You could have said the same thing about Spoelstra, but look at what Spoelstra's done.
Yep.
So he's a good coach. You can see where he's coached them up.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he went to the Miami Heat and everything. Granted,
yeah, he had them. He won the championships. Yeah, he won the championships when he had the LeBron team and Dwayne Wade and Bosh and all that. But then after, the team went down, and he still kept them up, and he brought them back. And even in this COVID year, he took them to the championship. But it's just the mentality that I have. And Seabass is right. The players are going to have that. In the NBA, the players have that, that leverage of, if I'm not going to get it here, I'll get it somewhere else, because, you have those owners that need to put people in the seats, in the stands. Yeah. And it's like they rather do it for money more than, trying to win a championship or making it to the playoffs.
I agree, man.
And so go ahead, Seabass.
They try to please their fans any which way, knowing that a championship is not an option for them.
Yeah, sometimes a ticket. Sometimes what is it? Box office. Like, that's for real. Like,
it's a business.
Real quick, like a quick example is, okay, who's the highest paid player now? Giannis, right? Second highest paid player. Guess.
The Paul George?
No.
He's at 226 million.
No.
Yeah, well, I thought it was Paul George because they basically have the same contract.
Westbrook.
Yeah.
Westbrook. Yeah, I mean, he got it there before.
So it's like, I mean, obviously, right? Like, no, whatever. But like box office and stuff like that. It's like a for real thing, like for money. But I don't know. Personally, for me, like, obviously, I would pay good money to good, proven players, like you said, like those players that's the dude, the guy,
man.
like the man, like that's that guy, because some people are like,
Oh, I'm sorry, Danny. What I was gonna say is how many players in the NBA right now can you say I will take this player and start a franchise with him?
Maybe
right now.
Right now,
exactly.
Okay, just name them. All right, name them. All right. So go ahead, one. LeBron.
Well,
LeBron,
even
KD.
LeBron, Kevin Durant, Giannis,
Kawhi,
Doncic.
Curry.
I don't know about Curry.
I was gonna say that.
No. See, no. I'm talking about
right now.
Number one guy right now that you can get your franchise, and you know that this guy is gonna be my franchise player. He's gonna be MVP worthy. Number one guy.
With the Hornets.
With anybody.
KD.
Okay. So LeBron,
KD, Giannis,
Kawhi,
Kawhi, Luka Doncic, Kawhi.
I think that's it, man.
Dame.
I mean,
would you say Dame?
No.
You can't do it with McCollum.
Oh.
Dame, and it's nothing against Damian Lillard, but I can say the same about Anthony Davis. You could say Anthony Davis is one of them, but Anthony Davis didn't do it by himself in New Orleans.
Nope. He couldn't get out of the first round.
He couldn't get out of the first round. So, is he really the number one guy that you would want to start your franchise with? Russell Westbrook, would you pick him as the number one guy?
No.
Hell no.
Kyrie Irving?
One of my top.
Nope.
No, what was that, Seabass?
Russell Westbrook might be one of my top number twos, though.
I was gonna say.
Definitely.
Well,
definitely.
But there's a lot of number twos. Like, okay, Westbrook, Wall.
I think Wall's a two.
You think he's a three?
I
I put him
think
as a
that
three.
if like honestly, we can sit down and we can have a draft, and I guarantee you, John Wall will not be in the first 2 rounds. Probably even 3 rounds.
I agree with that.
Yeah, because
He
there's
won't.
too much comp at point
Westbrook,
guard.
Lillard, Davis,
Kyrie.
Harden, Kyrie, Kemba,
Okay,
George.
here's
Tatum, Brown,
one.
Booker,
What about what's his
Murray,
face?
Jokic. I would take Jokic. I would seriously think about Jokic
Jokic.
being
Okay,
on
Jokic.
the number
Jokic. How about
ones.
Jokic? Juan?
I think he could be a number one.
Mm.
Start the franchise, maybe. I think he has consideration. I don't know if he can be there, but he has consideration talks for me.
I don't think he's that good. Give me another year. Maybe.
I love his style of play, man. He's one of my favorite players, probably next to Luca. But I think just with the NBA, the way it's changed, even though unless he develops a killer like sharpshooting range from three, then yes, he'd be a one. So that's what he kind of needs to put him in that one for me. But he'd be a top. He might be a top two. Like if we're talking about a two,
Exactly.
he might be the top pick.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree. Exactly. I agree with that one. If he's not, to me, I think he's a maybe. To me, he's a one consideration. But if not, he's a for sure number 1, 2. So and so like you have all these guys. John Wall, I don't think is there.
Mm-mm.
We haven't even talked about the two in Boston.
I think we thought the same thing about John Wall, but like 5 years ago.
Exactly. That's a good point, you
It
did.
didn't work out.
Yeah.
So there's no number ones.
I mean, to start a franchise that is going to be a killer, that's going to win you, then could take you to the number 1 seed.
Bro, I'm telling you, dude, the Spurs created Kawhi. We did.
Devin Booker.
Kawhi went to Toronto and won a championship.
Yeah, man.
We created him, dude. Whatever, you can
He went to Toronto with nobody,
never
bro.
Take that from me.
He did.
Never. We gave you that power. You took it from us. We're gonna cut this out, but I don't care. Dick.
No one took him. He wanted to leave, and he got out of there.
But the final thing here is just like it all comes down to, like we said earlier, what team
True
are you,
deals,
right? And like, what is your culture, right? You have a winning culture, or do you have a let's put asses in the stands, right?
True that.
And that's what your decision is going to come down to, right? So based on the franchise, I think that's where you can discern what's a good choice and what's not a good choice. So it just depends. Who are you, right? Are you relevant or irrelevant?
And who are you right now, and who do you want to be also?
Exactly. Or who do you not want to be?
Don't do dumb.
Do you not want to be the exactly? Do you not want to be the Magic? Because I wouldn't want to be the Magic or the freaking Hornets. Like, and at that point, you're kind of just, hey, I know we're not gonna win with this guy, but hell, what are we gonna do without him?
Exactly.
And that's
now we have a
also,
face to print on the ticket.
But the ace in the hole in this is gonna be a solid front office, man. Because you mentioned the Heat earlier. Everyone's like, well, Spoelstra, all he has to do is show up and they win championships, right? But what's the constant? Yeah, and what's the constant there? The front office, Pat Riley can fucking like make deals, can draft, all the above. They can assemble a team that's based on like their style of play and their coaching style, and they've proven it for several years now. So there's some longevity. You can tell they've created a culture there that's winning. That's not just about putting asses in the seats. They have a higher standard, right? So that's why because they've shown consistency. They keep doing it over and over again, like the Spurs. So that's different versus the Rockets, who were on and off. Yeah, a good team, but not great. Kind of like the Thunder. The Thunder are kind of there too with all their draft picks.
Big roller coaster.
Mm-hmm. How the hell did they make the playoffs last year? Like, I was like, whoa, I did not see that coming. Yeah, it's just yeah, man. Mixture of culture, front office, and coaching.
I mean, you can also.
The what? The funny thing about that is that if you pick winning as the culture, it automatically puts asses in the seats. So
yeah, exactly.
That's something a lot of organizations should realize.
And the thing
is,
it's
just patience at one point sometimes, but
And the
Go
thing
ahead,
is,
Jay.
kind of like like Denver. You talk culture.
Hmm.
How Denver is starting kind of to build that winning
Yep.
culture.
Yep.
Yeah, they had Carmelo back in the day and stuff like that, but it wasn't really winning culture. Make the playoffs a couple
No.
times, stuff
That's
like
what
that.
started
But
the series.
but and now they have Jokic, they have Murray. They have a pretty good team that are they're starting to build over there. Good, like
Order.
you said, winning culture.
Yeah.
Which, like, I mean, they do. I think weren't they number two like for 2 years in a row? Like, right? Like,
Hmm.
it is regular season, whatever, right? I know they were at least number two either last season
Last
or
year
the
they were
year.
number three.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, number two, number three. So like
Yeah.
they seem pretty good. Obviously, it's a season, right? But at least they you see that winning culture is kind of turning around. They're not
Hmm.
bottom feeding anymore, trying to get a lottery pick.
Yeah.
Real quick, we're gonna turn into our next segment. It's called pressure. It's gonna be called pressure cookers, starting our boy, the phenomenal Juan. So, this pressure cooker, we're talking a little bit about the pressure that we do, that sometimes as a player, as a team, as a sport, as a whatever, you do as an athlete, you get into a lot of pressure. Not necessarily, crowd, but just kind of everything else.
Yeah.
Juan knows a little bit about that. We're going to talk, in this case, Kyrie and KD. So the question is, who is, in terms of getting a ring, who is under the most pressure to perform this season?
Show me your moves.
Well, that's a super easy question, and I'll first answer with another question. Who's the best player, Kyrie or Katie?
KD.
KD.
So naturally, the greater player has the greatest pressure, right? Because he is the man on that team. So the full blame is going to fall on him to win the championship. See, Kyrie, we mentioned the list of ones, right? Kyrie wasn't on them. Kyrie is two, and you can even make the argument Kyrie's kind of seen as the guy that hit the shot LeBron couldn't. So he's actually already exceeded expectations, right? To where he bailed out a one and helped deliver a championship and hit the shot that the one couldn't, right? And while Durant, he's seen as the guy that kind of took the easy way out, that joined a team that already won a championship, that Draymond Green called a bitch, right? Said that they won without him. So
Mm-hmm.
there's pressure on KD to win without him, even if he wants to acknowledge it or not.
Yes, they
There's
don't.
going to be pressure. Like, so we talk about Kyrie exceeded expectations. Durant just met expectations, right? He met an expectation that's expected of one of the best players in the world is to win a championship. That's what's expected of
Yeah.
you, right? Just as you're
Yeah.
starting to hear the rumblings of Giannis, can Giannis win a championship? I don't know. Is he made of that one material? People are going to start doubting, man. It's another playoff exit for him if he doesn't make it to the championship this season. Is he really a one?
Yeah.
How is his bad shot affecting? You're going to start hearing every single, scrutiny that you can when it comes to being at that elite level. And kind of with Durant, too. There's going to be, can he win without the Warriors, right?
There,
Can
there we go.
LeBron
And
did it with Kyrie.
the injury.
How'd
You
it go
know.
with OKC in the beginning of his career?
And the big thing is the injury.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was the big thing in OKC, man. Remember, he was up 3-1 against the Warriors, right? So instead of saying, you know what, fuck, man, we were so close, West. Like, let's fucking get him next year. We'll fucking kill him. Nope.
Nope.
He said, nah, I'm gonna go join him. Like, I can't beat him. I'm like, you were literally one game away. He literally,
He was.
had the ball in his hands, and he went over, man. He started he had a bad quarter. Obviously, Westbrook started losing faith in him and started jacking up even more shots. It just they
It got
unraveled,
bad.
and
Yeah.
yeah, the pressure got to him, right?
There we
So
go.
here,
Pressure. There we
when
go.
yeah, here you saw the series against Warriors. There was no pressure, man. I mean, these guys like, oh man, I'm already on a stacked team. You saw when he pulled up from deep against
Yeah,
LeBron.
they're practicing winning games and championships.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, without him. Although I think that LeBron would have beat that Warriors team that beat him if they had a healthy Kyrie and Kevin Love, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
still,
He would have
yeah,
been
And I think as far as the pressure from the outside media, from like just the NBA in general, from fans, it's gonna be on KD because he's the best player, man.
There we go. And any any thoughts on that, Tosco?
I mean, I agree with Juan. I think there's pressure on both of them. I think both of them have something to prove. I do agree the pressure's going to be more on KD because, exactly what Juan said, can he win without the Warriors? But I don't think, I guess it's also going to be, I think it's a weird situation because it's like we're trying to see, who can win, who's more pressure. But realistically, they're on the same team.
Yeah.
They're trying to create another super team, and realistically, with the bench that the Jets Nets have, there's no super team for the Jets, not at all. Okay,
There's not even a
but
team for the Jets.
yeah, and barely. But the team that the Nets have is it's almost a super team. You have Kyrie, you have Durant, you have DeAndre Jordan. Okay, you have Chris Levert, you have Dinwiddie. I mean, you
Very much
got a
so
team.
cold.
You have a bench.
Yeah.
And you know, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring some of those veteran free agents as the year goes on. It's gonna make it interesting again. But I guess the point that I'm saying is, you know, we can argue who's gonna have more pressure. But I think this year, I honestly think Irving has more to prove. Kyrie Irving has more to prove. Kevin Durant has more pressure. Because Kyrie Irving, again, LeBron left, he stayed in Cleveland. You know, he did okay for a little bit and then hurt. Whatever the reason was, didn't play, came over here, hurt, didn't play. You know, are you really, yeah, you hit the shot LeBron couldn't, but what else can you do? What else are you about? You know, are you an all NBA player? Can you be a number one? Your potential was supposed to be you're the number one guy, and we haven't really seen that, you know,
I was
from Kyrie.
I was gonna say before LeBron even got there, Kyrie was one of the top players in the entire league, and he never showed that. Never showed that after that year.
Yeah. So,
He was
it's
always hurt.
yeah, he's hurt. And and
Hmm.
Yeah.
so, he has more to prove, even though I think the pressure is going to be more on Kevin Durant to see if he can win without the Warriors. Because he couldn't do it with LeBron, with Westbrook and Harden. I don't know if he can do it without the Warriors. So
T-Bass?
Uh, Not much to add there. Yes, KD is under more pressure. I don't even think honestly Curry is under that much pressure because he's gonna play out his contract. He's gonna get his money, and he's gonna do exactly what he's gonna do. Because when he's healthy, he's gonna pretty much play the way he's gonna play. He's never gonna be true number one, but he's gonna keep any team moving, spreading the ball, making the shots that he needs to shoot. The moment he gets healthy, he's gonna go on the bench. He's still gonna make his money. It's going to be something that no one's going to really, truly, truly expect the championship. KD, yes, people are going to be looking at the Nets, and you're going to be hearing about them before the season starts, and they're going to be one of the ones that people are talking about. I honestly can't say the same for Kyrie. So, yeah, KD's definitely under more scrutiny, more pressure to try and get on that ship.
So, real quick,
Shit.
just give me the seedings that you think the Nets will actually get. Tosco.
Yeah.
I think this year, I think it's not going to be, that easy for them to start off. I think they still need to get in a rhythm. They need to get used to playing with each other. And I mean, you still have the Celtics there. You still have the 76ers, the
Bucks.
Raptors, the Heat, the Bucks. So I think they'll be somewhere. I'm gonna say 4 seed. Yeah, somewhere in the middle. They'll be there. They're gonna surprise some teams. They'll have some big wins. They'll lose some games that you thought they should have won. But uh, as long as everybody stays healthy, I think they can be at the highest. Number three, number four. At the lowest, maybe 5, 6. Somewhere around there.
Juan,
Very middle of the pack.
the phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd say 4 or 5. They have a pretty good team too, so I think, and they made what they end up with a 7th seed in the bubble.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, and they
yeah,
made the
so
playoffs the year before, I believe, as an 8th seed
yeah,
also. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
It was
Oh,
so I
and
think
they
they end
and they
up on the
won
fourth
that
seed.
series.
yeah, they did. I
They
think
did.
they did one of the series they won.
Either a playoff game or the series. I'll have to look that up. But they look
Oh,
good.
I think they beat did they beat Toronto?
Oh, it was it was that
They
season
won
where
like
they
a
beat.
game or
No,
something.
yeah, no. I'm getting too excited.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
bad, my bad.
yeah.
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
right.
I got KD too
No,
excited. It's like really they got their
yeah,
room. Oh my
yeah, but
goodness.
yeah. What do you think, Seabass? Because I do have a point that I wanted to add here with the Kyrie thing. Close this out.
What do you think about what one? I kind of went everywhere.
The seeding. What
The
seed are they
seeding,
gonna
yeah.
get?
What seed right now do you think the Nets are gonna get? Or
Give us
right
your
now?
seed, being Seabass.
uh, honestly, I would say 10, 9, 10.
Oh
What
wow!
the?
So not even making the playoffs.
Nope.
Oh
Wow.
wow.
Okay. Dang.
Dang. I guess they
So
moved to
you
Jacksonville.
don't think KD can pull
I don't think
them?
he's gonna be healthy. I honestly don't. I'll make a bet right now that he won't play
I
more than
Okay.
mean,
Hot
he
take.
how
looked
This
pretty
many?
good.
50.
How, 50 games?
Yes.
Is the
$50.
season even gonna be 50 games?
Well, that's another issue.
Oh,
We don't know
was
what's
it
gonna happen.
66 games? Oh
60
shit!
something?
Yeah, I think it was 66 games or something like that.
Bruh.
and then so just real quick, we do have another another actually answer to our question to see if they're a number one. What do you guys think of Devin Booker?
No,
Well, wait, Danny, because
no.
I promise I'll answer a question, but I wanted to kind of close out the Kyrie the
Oh
pressure
yeah.
cooker
Go ahead. Go
segment
ahead. Go ahead.
by saying that I just don't think that the most pressure is on Durant. I think there is no pressure on Kyrie, and here's why.
That's what I was
Because
alluding to.
Kyrie,
Yeah.
yeah, because Kyrie, we've seen his resume without LeBron. You know, we know that he's a two. We saw the debacle that happened in freaking Boston, right?
Yeah.
They played better without him. So it's kind of like, I mean, I could see where Toso's saying he has more to prove, but at the same time, you're like, we know what he is. We know he's not the guy. We know in this role that we expect him to do well because he has another great player around him, and he'll slide into that two role. And I think Kyrie actually made it harder on Durant by one by of course not being healthy, and two by putting that pressure on him, saying that he finally has someone that he can say can take that last shot, basically alluding that LeBron is not clutch, right? So he added extra pressure to Durant. So that's why to close the segment, it's not just it's Durant and Durant by far. Even to say that Kyrie has no pressure, you could use Kyrie and he thinks the Earth is flat.
All right, guys. So, just moving moving to so answering Devin Booker real quick. No.
Well, the
No.
question is year one.
I think you
Yeah.
got your answer already, Danny. We don't consider him a number one.
Oh no,
Why not?
how many?
Is
How
he
many?
Giannis? Is he LeBron? Are you saying he is, Danny?
No, I
Well,
guess so.
let me ask you, how many points has he scored in the playoffs? Hmm.
Dude, pobrecito the Suns, dude. It's like the Suns. I feel so
Absolutely
bad.
You're
not
good.
saying
You're
he's a
good.
I
bad
mean,
player. I'm just
I
saying
think I
that
don't know. I
we're
feel
trying
like
to
I think they're
compare him
gonna
to.
scare some teams this year, but I don't think they'll make the playoffs.
No, and I agree with you, Danny. And I do think that Devin Booker is one of those that could be something very special coming up. But I still think Jamal Murray is probably what the best point guard, second best point guard, top 3 point guard. I think he's ahead of Booker for sure. Or and you can say, well,
Moving
Booker's going to be the
to
shooting guard, the number 2 now with Chris Paul as a point guard. Sure, that's fine, and Chris Paul is going to help a lot. Chris Paul is going to bring that playoff pedigree that Booker doesn't know, and he's going to be the leader of that team for however long he's there. But Booker still has a long way to go before he can get to number one, even though probably,
Even the
top
number
to
yeah.
even top two status. He's still a way to go. He has to show more,
Mm-hmm.
before he can get.
And he's so young, dude. He's like what, 23, maybe?
He's
Yeah,
still
he
got a
should be
long
up.
career left. So
And
yeah,
Yeah,
he's still
he's
good.
played like for 5 years, man. Like, because he came out of high school, right?
yeah,
And
Yeah,
he's still
seven.
young, but like we kind of talked about it, right? You can kind of see which, oh, these guys are different, right? Tosco, agreed last time that he's a coach, man. You can see all these guys are really good, but you can see that guy. Oh, this guy's special. He's different, man. You
yeah.
know, he's just made of something that you can't teach, you can't coach. And Devin Booker, he's a scoring machine, man. But like when you're the man, like
It's just
it's
one of
different,
those
bro. And
things.
it's
Yeah,
yeah, you change franchises, you change organizations, right? You become the culture, right? That's those are once generational, man. It is hard. That's why when you get a Tim Duncan or you get a Kobe, those like once in a generation players, shit, man, just take even a LeBron, just enjoy them while they're here because they're not honestly after LeBron and Giannis, like do you really see anyone that
yeah.
Zion can stay healthy? That who can you see say that young and can take that mantle? Maybe Luca, but other than that, who else? Is special. Just enjoy when you have them. But Booker, no,
There
he's
we
a
go.
good two right now.
That's just to answer. What was it?
Chat.
The Gons. And then shout out to Corey. He does want to show up as a guest, so we'll hit him up on
Man, we were
that
talking
later.
about this earlier. I was thinking about Corey. What's up, Corey?
Was he was he holding out like Harden?
All right,
He's
guys.
gonna wanna he's gonna wanna talk Houston sports. We'll give him 5 minutes.
Yeah. All about this.
Right, that's six
Just
more
kidding,
minutes than I would have
Corey.
liked.
We'll talk about DeAndre Hopkins. Oh, never mind.
Oh, my bad.
Oh,
Too soon?
on my fantasy, bro. All right, guys. So real quick, I'm gonna do a little shout out to our new Austin FC team that's actually in our neighboring our neighboring city of Austin. So it's actually one of our new local teams, Austin FC. So obviously they're based off of Austin, Texas. They are called Los Verdes.
Hmm.
Seabass can actually tell us a little bit about that. I know that I believe you were involved or getting involved with like some of the official kind of like the fan club and stuff, um, or at least one part of some, which is awesome because it's like brand new club. Again, this is actually my kind of to backtrack. Austin FC is a new expansion team for the Major League Soccer MLS. So it's a completely pro soccer team starting 2021. They are actually going to be in again from Austin, Texas, Austin FC Stadium.
I heard their fan club's
So,
already bigger than the Jacksonville Jaguars fan club.
oh,
Only because they all followed me over, man.
so in this case, again, they are called Los Verdes. That's kind of like their mascot, kind of their a cry, if you will. And definitely check it out, guys. Just go to their website. I mean, we're not really affiliated with them at all, but definitely just want to support our local team, especially here in Texas. Especially if it's like when one of our own is near it. If you want to talk a little bit about that, Seabass.
Sure thing. I mean, not a pro or anything, but definitely since the moment that they got announced and that they were going to build a stadium, you can tell that there was a lot of people interested. As you mentioned, definitely part of a group that's going to be one of the fan clubs for Austin FC. A lot of things are on hold. COVID definitely messed many things up, but I can definitely let you guys know that I drive by the stadium at least maybe once a week, and it's looking pretty awesome. Right on the domain in a great part of town.
There we go.
So I am excited to be there. Game one. I just really hope that everything goes as scheduled. COVID is gonna keep affecting it for a bit, but yeah, the Austin FC. We'll see how the first season goes. Inaugural seasons are very tricky. You can't really hope for a lot, but definitely pumped up about it.
Do you know when they like the first game?
I think it was scheduled for 2022, beginning of spring.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm trying to see when. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Cause I know again, just kind of with everything like with COVID and everything, so it's been kind of going back and forth. But they did recently, actually today, they finished their final. They did an expansion draft for the MLS. So I know, and they did get a couple players from, obviously from other teams and stuff like that. So I should be pretty excited. I know that we don't get a lot of local teams, especially like in Austin. I know that we have obviously the strong front for, our Longhorns, their UT. And here in San Antonio, we know we have the Spurs, but every Texas team is awesome. Obviously, soccer is awesome. MLS is kind of picking up. It's not La Liga or it's not MX or Premier anything like that, but at least we're getting it up there, and especially if it's a local team and the pro. So go ahead and buy a shirt. Check out their website. Join all their stuff and go Texas team, Austin FC. All right, guys. So just moving along, the in this case, just the final segment. We are just gonna have Tosco do let his game of the week, for NFL and NCAA, and then we'll just kind of give our. Um, we're actually gonna do the pick and scoop after that. So we'll go ahead and have you do that first, Tosco. Go for it.
So for this week in the I'll start off with the NFL because the slate doesn't look very, it's not very appealing. Um, but the Seahawks versus the Washington football team, that could be a playoff preview
Mm-hmm.
this Sunday. And another one that's going to have important playoff implications: Chicago versus Minnesota. But the main game of the weekend for sure is going to be Kansas City versus New Orleans. There's Drew Brees is questionable to return. It's not 100%, but it was a report came out today. He's questionable to return this week. I don't know how much of a difference he's going to make.
Yeah.
But I mean, Miami played, Kansas City very well last week. I thought it was going to be more of a blowout, even though it kind of was a blowout. Miami came back at the end, and Miami has a good defense, but the Saints also have a good defense too. So I don't. I think it's going to be a good game for the main game for Sunday to see how they both end up, and they do have major playoff implications. The Chiefs, they're the number one seed. But if they lose, Buffalo's right there, and Pittsburgh is right there, and the Saints, they're trying to keep up with Green Bay. So it's gonna be it's a very important game. They're both gonna go at it, and we'll see how it turns out.
Nice. And in this case, the NCAA.
And then the college slate. So this weekend is going to have a good amount of good games. There's going to be a lot of the conference championships are going to happen. Like we mentioned before, you're going to have Northwestern versus Ohio State in the Big Ten championship.
There we go.
I think you're gonna have Oklahoma versus Iowa State in the Big 12 championship.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have also Coastal Carolina versus the Louisiana Lafayette Raging Cajuns in their conference championship. And then also Alabama versus Florida in the SEC championship. But of course, none of those games matter except for number 2 versus number 3, Notre Dame versus Clemson, 3:00. Match of the first game of the year. Was the first one, went to overtime. I think it was 47-40. This weekend, this is going to be good again. It's the ACC championship. I think Notre Dame, even if they win or lose, Notre Dame's staying in. They're going to make it to the playoffs. Some are saying if Clemson loses, Clemson doesn't have any big wins, what does Clemson? Is Clemson going to stay in the top 4? You know, especially if A&M, you know, if Alabama doesn't look that great versus Florida, you know, what's going to happen there. So, but the main game of the weekend is Clemson versus Notre Dame at 3:00 on Saturday. Don't miss it.
Who wins?
Couple, do 2 cents, Juan.
Well, I want to hear who wins from Tosco first.
Notre Dame, Clemson.
Yeah.
I think so. Trevor Lawrence is coming back. You're not gonna have the backup, DJ Uyunglele. He's not gonna be playing, and at practice. So, what's his face? Lawrence is gonna be back. So, so I think it's gonna be a good game. But the thing is this. When they played the first time, DJ had 400 and over 400 passing yards, threw for like 2 or 3 touchdowns. He ran in for another touchdown. He basically had the best game versus that defense, that Notre Dame defense. The best game you can have for a quarterback. I don't think if, you know, whoever's at quarterback this time comes in and has the same game, if that defense is still holding up the way they are, I don't think it matters what Clemson has to throw at them. And then Clemson defense, yes, they're getting healthier. They're going to have some people back, but I think that it's going to be Notre Dame, that's going to win. Notre Dame's going to take it. Dang. I think they'll win. I think they'll win again, and I think it's going to be, it's going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to be in the 30s, 40s, but I think Notre Dame takes it again.
Juan?
Yeah, I'm picking Notre Dame, even though I love me some Trevor Lawrence, but yeah, Notre Dame's just, man, they're stacked. They came out of nowhere too. They look really good this whole season. They played, 10 games, won good teams, 10 games, they're 10-0. So yeah, I think in Clemson, they always, never play a pretty cupcake schedule. So yeah, I think they lose. Obviously, Chiefs and Saints, that's easily the game of the week. These two, it's been these two, both for college football and for NFL, it's so easy to pick even though there's good games, it was just no brainer. It's like Notre Dame, Clemson, Chiefs and Saints easily, right? And hopefully they're great games. Obviously, I'm gonna have my State Farm shirt on and rooting for Pat Mahomes, to beat if he comes back, Drew Brees or Taysom Hill. I'm hoping that they can win and take care of that number 1 spot, because obviously I think the Steelers will probably lose 1 or 2 more, and I think they're gonna lock it up pretty soon. I think if anything, the Bills are gonna get the 2nd seed. But yeah, I think the Steelers. I'm sorry, the Saints, they lose and help secure that number 1 spot for the Packers here in the next coming weeks.
The Steelers clinched, right? Mathematically,
playoff berth. I think so.
I think they clinched a playoff berth, but they have not clinched the division because even though if
Ravens have a shot,
the Browns are 9-3 and the Steelers are 11-2, I think, or something like that.
Because 11 wins. Well,
Browns are 9-4 now.
9-4.
Yeah, because 11 wins is still a lot, like a wins, like.
So the Steelers still have not locked up the division. If the Browns would have won yesterday, then it would have been even closer. Great game of the year in the NFL yesterday. Awesome game. But yeah, so no, the Steelers have not clinched the division yet.
So Seabass, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are yes, Notre Dame is gonna win, but I would love to see Trevor Lawrence pull off a huge upset and have a ridiculous game when he's coming back. That would be great to see, especially once he's in a Jaguar uniform next year.
Oh my god!
In the NFL, game of the week is obvious. I do agree with that. I'm much more interested in the trap game of the season. It's going to be the Rams. Rams are going to be upset by the New York Jets this week. And it's gonna be
Seabass.
great
Yeah, I
football.
mean, I love the fact that you're trying to pull up these upsets, but I think you went too far on this one, buddy.
I know.
Oh man, this is
Hey,
why I love
Philly
Seabass.
undefeated, and they lost. Anything
All
can
right, man.
Oh,
Oh man. Can I add a topic though, Danny?
Go
After
ahead.
Seabass is done. So let me ask you, who will get the number one pick, and will the Jets go 0-16?
Number one pick's going to the Jets because no, I don't think they're gonna win a game. They will get Trevor Lawrence.
Sam
And we
Darnold.
will get Fields. So that's gonna happen.
You'll get Fields. The Jaguars. They'll get Fields.
Yeah, unless we win a game or two here, but we're.
I thought, what happened to Jake Luton? No.
He's the best backup. We're gonna keep him. We'll sign him.
Oh,
Jesus.
I love it. Think about that, guys. When he's happy for the best backup. Jesus Christ.
We're 1-12. What do you want me to be happy about right now?
So
that you don't live there.
So the Jets don't trade. The Jets don't not trade the first pick at all, right?
If they want
I don't know. There's been some rumblings, some reports coming out here and there, but
I mean, what, they stay with Darnold?
Yeah.
Really?
No. I don't know if they will. I don't. In my opinion, I don't know about my opinion. No, but there's reports that I think what needs to happen first is is the head coach going to stay? Because apparently, so what the report was talking about was that when they signed Adam Gase did not want Jamal Adams, so they traded him.
Yeah.
Adam Gase did not want Le'Veon Bell.
Gase
Traded him. Yeah. They didn't want exactly. All the things that he did not want, they've been getting rid of. They've been restarting everything. Coaches he didn't want, whatever he didn't want, they've been getting rid of. So now it's like, okay, now you're gonna have the number one pick. Are you really truly going to, you have the quarterback that you wanted? Are you really truly going to, start over, get the quarterback, and start from the bottom up? Or are you going to keep Darnold and then work your way from where you are now? The report was saying, they trade the number one pick. They traded for,
couple first rounders.
Probably, three first rounders, to people who have first rounders. I think it's Miami has a lot of first round picks. Miami, Bengals, no. Miami,
they're good.
Yeah, Miami has a lot of first round picks.
Atlanta,
I think I don't know about Atlanta. I think it's Miami.
The Raiders.
The Raiders. Miami, the Raiders. I think it's the Eagles. There's a couple other teams that have multiple first round picks that they can trade them and then see what happens. And so they can, go for that first round pick, for the number one pick. Obviously, if he goes to like Miami's not going to get a quarterback, but they can get whatever they need at number one. Yeah, that tackle or whatever it is, running back, receiver, whatever is the top, because you're going to have some good top wide receivers coming out in this draft. You're going to have some good defensive players too. So,
Miami has the Texans pick.
Yeah. So, it's so there's a report out there. I do think that the.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I do think that the Jets, they play the Rams, the Browns, and the Patriots. I think their best shot is the Patriots in Week 17 to win a game.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree.
So for you, Phenomenal Juan. So what do you do with Darnold?
Well, first, I do think that the Jets get a win, and I hate to do this because Seabass, we rag on him, and he's our buddy at the end of the day, man. We hate to see our buddies suffer, man, and yeah, and but I think to kind of put in your Christmas stocking, bro. Aside from the Jameson bottle I got you, I think the Jets will lose against the Jets will win against the Patriots because Bill Belichick doesn't want to face Trevor Lawrence because he already has to face Tua. He
Are
already
we
has
gonna
to
call
face
this
Josh
gate?
Allen, and now he doesn't want to face Trevor Lawrence,
Trevor Gate.
who may exactly, man. So I think he will go ahead and he might not even put in what's the backup
Cam.
quarterback's name, Stidham or whatever. He might not even, he might just go with the third string. He might just say, you know what, Julian Edelman, you throw. Like I think he's gonna. like, well, I
Where's
think
Brian Hoyer? Bring him back. Bring him back.
right. I think in all seriousness,
Oh
it
my
would be a
God,
win-win for
Brian
him
Hoyer.
to kind of not coach that game very well because one, obviously a higher pick for him. Two, it avoids you facing already another franchise quarterback when you don't even have your own franchise quarterback. So I think Seabass, Christmas came early for you, and I think the Jaguars will end up getting the number one pick, assuming that your Jaguars don't do what they did in Week 1 and actually,
Win
win.
a game. Yeah, no.
Week 1.
What
And
if? What
It's
if?
been
Do
a
you
long
think if?
season, Evan. It's been a long season, correct?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
do you think if the Jets get Trevor Lawrence? Let's say they get the number one pick, they get Trevor Lawrence. Do you think Bill Belichick leaves?
mm,
Oh, that would be
well,
dirty.
I love
I
that
think,
question, but no, I don't think he does.
I mean,
man,
he's
I
only
mean,
wanted.
He did.
Doesn't he?
Or
Didn't he want to coach a Giants?
I think his
uh,
relationship with Kraft is going to keep him there because too much
hey, well, Kraft doesn't have that much. I wish that guy had many years, but he doesn't. He looks wobbly, bro. All right,
because he
he
hasn't
looks
got a
wobbly.
massage.
Exactly, can't go get massages
So
anymore.
okay, so does Belichick leave?
Or does Belichick go get a franchise quarterback? What if the Jets do get Trevor Lawrence and Sam Darnold is a free agent? Mitch Trubisky is a free agent. What if the Cowboys with the number 3 or number 4 pick get Justin Fields or the kid from North Dakota? What if that's a free agent?
I was gonna say, like, what if Dak?
I could
I
see him
mean,
getting Dak.
I was gonna say, I can see him getting Dak. 'Cause Dak is like a little bit more accurate Cam.
Point being is there's going to be quarterbacks in the free agent market next year.
Yep.
Hmm.
So, yeah, he may not have his franchise quarterback that he drafted. What if he signs one of those and actually makes one? Jimmy Garoppolo may not be a 49er for much longer.
For
Hmm.
real.
We think after last year.
Yeah.
So think about it. There's a lot of options the Patriots have, and he has the power to make things happen. So just a
Yeah.
couple of
What?
thoughts to
Yeah.
have out there.
Yeah. Well, let me answer Danny's question first. I think they don't trade the number one pick away if they get it. If anything, but then again, it's the Jets, so they might surprise us because they're the Jets. If
Correct.
anything, if they get the 2 pick and they're not sold on Fields, then maybe. But even though I've heard that they actually some reports say that they like Fields more than they like Lawrence.
Yep.
So who knows, right? But I think if anything, if they get the number 2, they might actually want to trade it. But if they get the number 1 pick, they're not trading that pick. They are
Yeah.
not. And to
Especially
answer
with
Tosco's
Tosco that
point,
everyone can stock up
um,
quarterbacks.
yeah, exactly. And Tosco, that's a good topic. I would say that Bill Belichick stays because you mentioned a keyword there, power. Bill Belichick does have a lot of power there.
Yeah.
Except the only time Kraft, halted the move was when he wanted to trade the
Tom.
franchise, Tom Brady. That's the only time he's undermined him, right? Other than that, Bill Belichick does whatever the hell he wants,
True
and so
that.
yeah,
Very
I
true.
think because of that he stays because I think he knows how rare that is to literally be able to do what you want, and I think Brady's not going to be here much longer. Obviously, he's probably confident that Brady's not going to win a Super Bowl. So I think he knows that it's kind of a waiting game. I think he even knows he needs some sort of franchise quarterback because no matter how good you are as a coach, if you don't have that franchise quarterback, you can win multiple Super Bowls. I mean, it
Always.
has to,
I mean, someone has to be
every
throwing the ball.
yeah, and same thing. You have to have a great coach also, right? You can win maybe one, look into one, or just have a really good year that you're just unstoppable,
The
right?
defense
Or you can
carries
you
you.
can have a good synergy to where you have a legendary coach, the legendary quarterback, that did obviously what Tom Brady and Bill Belichick did. So I think he knows that he needs a franchise quarterback. Now, obviously, you got Andy Reid with Pat Mahomes. So it's dynasty or bust for them. It's not about winning a Super Bowl; it's about winning multiple.
Like
And I
how
think he
many?
knows he needs. Yeah, exactly. He needs a franchise quarterback, and he'll find one. I actually see them getting Dak. I think the Cowboys will move on from Dak.
Yeah,
Um, you
I think
know,
so too.
I think that's a good point. I mean, you've seen all the quarterbacks have been franchised. Kirk Cousins. Who was the other one? Was it Sam Bradford? That got franchised. I forgot who else got franchised.
Wow.
Um, but point
He
being is that
was. He was
whoever
like
gets,
franchised like 3 or 4 times. He got like
yeah,
25, 30 mil like in 1 year. That dude like made $100 million, dude.
yeah. Look at
And
the
he was
history. They
never a
none of
top
them,
five.
yeah, and none of them re-signed with the
Broke his
team.
arm like three
So
times.
exactly. So I think because none of them re-signed, I think the same thing is gonna be with Dak. The
Yeah.
Cowboys will move on. They know how expensive he is.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're gonna want to see if Zeke takes a pay cut, which he probably won't.
Yeah.
The Cowboys need room, and how do these teams build? How were the Rams good for so many years? They had rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah.
The Eagles, they built that super team before they messed up with Wentz's deal. They had him on a rookie deal. They just built a solid team around him. While these high paying quarterback teams are kind of handcuffed, right? The Falcons, the Ravens for a little bit. So, and obviously now the Ravens building up with Lamar because they don't have to pay him yet. So we'll see.
So just kind of moving along, we are gonna get to the last part or last segment of the NFL, which is our favorite one, our rapid
Oh no!
fire. I'm gonna do a couple rapid fire, so we're not. This one's gonna be a little short because I didn't come out with a lot of questions, so I'm gonna do a lot of repeats. So we're gonna do I'm gonna try to go as fast as I can,
Whoa, damn, Danny, I can do it that fast.
and then I'm gonna ask some questions fast.
You know somebody who can.
That's what she said.
The moves.
All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and actually start with Champion Tosco. All right, Tosco. So you have the baton. Do you want to keep it? Do you want to hand it to a phenomenal Juan or hand it to Seabass?
Let's go with Juan.
Oh,
Oh, phenomenal Juan. So
let's
You're
do
in
it.
a robot.
again, guys, we're gonna start our segment called Rapid Fire. So in this case, let's go and go over a rapid fire one more time. Every person does get 1 minute to answer as many questions as you can. You can't answer the question, don't know it. You can say skip, goes on to the next one. And we do a couple rounds. So you do accumulate points. The person with the most points at the end of the game does win. So it is actually a multi-discipline sports trivia questions, so a whole bunch of sports involved. Some questions we might have actually asked before, but I'm just being lazy right now, and I didn't do my homework, but that's okay. You guys forgive me.
See, I'm
All
gonna
right.
handicap here because I don't have good memory. You
All
see?
right, well then. Neither do you. No,
Jesus.
all right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the phenomenal Juan.
He doesn't have enough brain cells to have a memory.
All right, there we go.
Oh
And
no!
then I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we actually have done that I don't. I'm like, oh man, that I didn't completely forgot we actually had
Allegedly.
allegedly. All right, so we are going to start with Evan. Do you have the or Crack AV? You got the scoreboard ready?
Yes, I do.
All right, let me
Do
just
it, crack.
grab my. Sorry, guys. Just moving my stuff around a little bit. I know we're wasting airtime, but I don't care. You guys love me anyway. Alright, so in this case, we are going to start with phenomenal Juan. So the way it works, Juan, is I'm going to actually answer the question. As soon as I finish the question, then that's when the timer starts.
You may ask the question.
Alright, so who is the only person in the NBA named MVP, Coach of the Year, and Exec of the Year?
Pat Riley.
Uh, in the basketball court, the key is also called.
The key, the top of the key.
No, just the key itself is also called.
The paint.
Yes, ding ding ding. In victory formation, what does the quarterback do at the snap?
He kneels.
Flies.
What is a bump and run? Oh, bing bing bing. What is a bump and run in football?
There's run. That is a screenplay.
So it's wrong. So when the quarterback calls a new play at the line of scrimmage, it's called.
Audible.
Correct. Ding ding ding. Where were the Utah Jazz originally located?
Minneapolis.
Wrong bunk. Who is primetime?
Deion Sanders.
Boom, got it. Ding ding ding.
All right, that's it.
An easy one like that.
Where were the Jazz located? I didn't know. That.
Not yet. I'll answer at the very end because I'm gonna ask that question again.
Yeah, you're helping them out over here. Juan.
All right.
Yeah.
So, how much was that, Evan?
That was 4 right and 3 incorrect.
All right. So you got 4. So we're gonna go ahead and actually hand the baton back to Tosco. You want to go next, or have Seabass?
I'll go.
All right. So it's Tosco is next. Let's go ahead and start with some rapid fire. All right.
Welcome.
Thriller in Manila featuring Ali versus
Foreman.
only coach to win an NCAA and NBA championship.
Only coach to win? Pass.
Who is on the cover of the first Madden football game?
On the first Madden football game?
Yes.
John Madden?
Ding ding ding, correct. Who did the bus play for?
The bus?
The bus.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Correct. And cover 3, what area does the free safety cover?
The free safety in cover 3?
Yes.
The middle of the field.
Boom, got it. How long can a goalie hold on to the ball?
How long can I? Oh shit! I mean, what? 5 seconds? 6 seconds? 6 seconds.
Correct. Ding ding ding. In soccer, why is the VAR so revolutionary?
Why is the VAR?
Yeah. Why is it so
Because
revolutionary?
Last question.
There never has been instant replay before in soccer.
Correct. Yes. Ding ding ding. Let's yeah, we'll give them that. Give them that. All right. Well, what much you get? What do you get?
5 corrects and 2 incorrects.
Boom. All right. Sebastian Siebers.
Let's do it.
Oh, I think I know that coach one now. Damn it.
Most 3-pointers. Who made the most 3-pointers in a quarter?
I
know the answer.
I'm gonna go Steph Curry.
Wrong. Most decorated Olympian of all time.
Michael Phelps.
Correct. Ding ding ding. Who is the glove?
In basketball?
Yeah, in basketball.
Gary Payton.
Correct. Ding ding ding. What happens when you park the bus in soccer?
You stack the defense.
Huh?
You stack the whole team, the defense.
Cool, correct. Bing bing bing. What is a go route?
Straight up, fly route.
Yo, these are all asked to see best 2 weeks ago.
Ding ding ding. Last 4 NBA expansion teams.
Pass, skip.
Penalty and yards for face mask.
15 yards. Automatic first.
Ding ding ding. Thriller in Manila featuring Ali versus.
Last question.
Frazier.
Ding ding ding. You got it.
Whoa, Seabass.
Oh,
I gave him that park the bus answer like 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
I know I did. That was my bad. felt myself say it's okay. It's okay. I'll give you an easy question to make up with it. All right, how many you get?
D-Baz is in the lead with 6 correct and
Oh
2
my
incorrect.
Oh,
God.
there we go.
Park
Answered
the
more
bus.
questions than any of y'all.
He parked that
right.
bus.
So we're actually
Or
gonna.
passed and answered.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and back to the phenomenal Juan one more time, and might be again older questions because I'm running out pretty quickly. So whatever. All right, you ready, Juan?
Just do short rounds like 3
Do it.
All right. Um. All right. Which team did the Seahawks play in the Beastquake run?
The Broncos.
Current college hoops coach with the most championships.
Coach K.
Correct. Ding ding ding. What does RPO mean?
Run pass option.
Correct. Bing bing bing. Which country won the first World Cup?
Brazil.
Wrong. Boom. Most 3-pointers by quarter? Who?
Clay Thompson.
Correct. Ding ding ding.
Oh, so close.
How many 3-pointers was that?
9.
Ding ding ding. Dang.
Oh, he got it?
Wow.
NFL player with record for most consecutive games played.
It was Brett Favre.
Correct. Ding ding ding. Last 4 NBA expansion teams.
Pass.
Most assists all time.
John Stockton.
He knows that one.
Where was the ding ding ding? Where was the Jazz originally located?
You asked me that already.
Yeah, but
Last question.
But you didn't get it.
I guess.
Redemption.
Okay. I guess I'll just guess and say Milwaukee.
Oh, wrong. All right. How many you get?
Mr. Juan, got 6 right and 4 incorrect.
All right. So you're at 10. He's at 10.
He is at 10.
All right. Tosco, where's he at?
The coach.
5.
Dosco has 5.
All right. All right.
10. Okay.
Man, I am flush out of questions.
I was going to say it should have been a 30-second round, but hey,
Yeah.
live and learn.
Yeah. Hold on, let me
You
see
can
if
ask
I
him some questions, see if he knows.
I mean.
Or just one round.
No. I still got more coming up. Y'all gotta just work with me here.
Evan, trombone his ass. That's right.
All right. I'm gonna just go like pretty fast. Whatever. All right, let's do this. Only coach to win both NCAA and NBA basketball championships.
Pass. Oh no, Pat Riley.
You passed.
No.
Last 4 NBA expansion teams.
Pass.
Name a member of the 50-40-90 club.
Pass.
Which award was named after Kobe Bryant?
Which award was named after Kobe Bryant?
Yes.
Pass.
For catching
Nah.
catching NFL 2 feet, college 1, high school.
High school?
You should know this.
It's 1.
Correct. Ding ding ding. Full back of okay, I said that. How many franchises have won the Super Bowl?
Oh, we did this already.
Oh, damn.
21.
Wrong. And World Cup to group stage, a win gets you how many points?
3 points.
Correct. Name 3 types of shots in basketball.
Layup, jumper, and a 3-point.
Correct. Ding ding ding. Another name for the NCAA basketball tournaments.
March Madness.
That was time, and that's an easy one.
Yeah, that's correct.
He gave me 5 of them that were super hard that you cannot answer, Seabass.
All of
How
them.
much was that?
That's bullshit. I got
Bosco got
stolen.
4 of
This
those
has been
right.
stolen from me. This is under protest.
You got a free one at the end. Stop complaining, March Man.
You got 6 free ones.
All right,
Who the
Seabass.
fuck was Seabass going to answer 6 questions?
Stolen, he said.
All right, just because of that, or not just because of that, but I have no more questions, so you can't skip. Or you can skip, but I'm gonna give you the same round of.
All right, but ask me the one that takes 4 answers at the end.
No.
And I wanted to answer the Utah Jazz one because I think I know the answer.
Yeah, ask him that
one.
All right.
It's in New Orleans.
It is New Orleans.
It is New Orleans, yes.
I knew that one. See, I knew that one. You didn't answer me that one.
I
knew the answer too. You just literally stole a question from me, you dude.
All right, so now I'm at 10.
Wow.
2.
I was waiting for him to ask me that one.
1. Ready? Set. 2 things to avoid intentional grounding.
What is the question? What to avoid intentional?
But hold on. Arturo, go back.
All right. Resetting.
He heard it already. What is he acting?
I know. You asked him this question 2 weeks ago.
What are 2 things you need to do to avoid intentional grounding?
Throw to a player near you and get out of the hash.
Wrong.
No. He still got it wrong.
What is a field goal?
What about a field goal?
What is a field goal?
You kick the football through the uprights.
Correct. What is the Madden curse?
You get on the cover of NFL Madden and you get hurt the next year after having a great year.
Correct. Ding, ding, ding. Japan has the largest bowling alley. How many lanes does it have?
75.
Correct. Or I'm sorry, incorrect.
I was like, what? I was like,
QB that fumbled us into a safety on the first play of Super Bowl.
No, you said Mark. So Mark Sanchez got it wrong.
What is the penalty for roughing the kicker?
Re-kick. 15 yards, automatic first down.
Correct. What is the V Foundation?
What?
What is the V Foundation?
Last question.
Foundation for Cancer Research.
Yeah, because I told you, Seabass, last week. This is bullshit.
What is it?
I believe he got 3 right during that one and got 4 wrong. So Seabass is sitting at 9. Bosco's sitting at 9. And Juan is sitting at 10.
Perfect 10.
All right, so because I have no more questions, but just the questions that were answered. What is it? Last 4 NBA expansion teams. I researched that. I hate you guys for not trying to answer that. Whatever.
Charlotte.
OKC.
OKC. Washington and Milwaukee.
So
not Milwaukee. Washington and Brooklyn.
So technically, the expansion, because technically, the Oklahoma was
Seattle. It changed.
The Seattle Supersonics.
So
is relocating.
Yeah, the actual technical expansion teams are the Hornets, Toronto, believe it or not, Vancouver, which moved to Memphis, and the T-Wolves, Minnesota. Dang, dude, Klay Thompson 9. That was good, Juan. I'm not gonna lie.
I knew it was Klay Thompson. I didn't know it was. I thought it actually was 11.
No,
I remember seeing that. I remember seeing that figure. That's why I guess reached into one of the memories that wasn't instabulated by my coma.
And then, what else? The bump and run is hard.
It's not. The cornerback bumps the receiver and then runs with the receiver. You still can't get that one.
As opposed to what? Bump and stay there?
No, just run, not touch them.
Well, I mean, you can't really screen.
So why don't you just call it bump it? Whatever.
You can't
bump and grind.
Screen.
It's called press coverage.
Okay, if you ask me what press coverage is, I will definitely answer that.
Yes, but press coverage, you keep them here and you don't let them leave.
But do you run
bump and run?
Or you walk?
No, you don't run. Press coverage, you stay. You stay. Yeah, you stay with the receiver. You don't want to make them run. You want to keep them there.
Oh, but you chase the guys if they're below. If it's a screen or if they're going to the right, you run. Or it's a run.
Yeah, but that's not the point of what you're trying to do.
Okay.
Now, what's going to happen? Yeah, if you have to run, you have to run. But the point of it is to keep them there.
And then
look, Seabass, a veer's a run.
And then what else? The
New Orleans Jazz, yes.
New Orleans Jazz. Primetime is Dion. The Glow is Gary. The Bus played for Japan. How many blades does it have? I don't know. It's like a random thing I found. It's 116. So
wow.
What about the
shoes?
One more.
The coach one was the coach one. Phil Jackson.
Oh, that was Larry Brown.
Larry Brown.
Pre-pop. Mr. Pre-pop.
Larry Brown won with
Washington Pistons.
Detroit
Pistons. No, but the college one. He won with.
Oh God.
I would have to look that up. No,
the UConn? No.
No. I literally researched it,
but didn't write it down.
Wasn't it Houston? No, it wasn't Houston. Was it Houston?
No, it was Larry Brown, coach.
I keep on thinking SMU, but I know it's not SMU.
Like when they had Clyde.
Oh, Kansas.
There you go.
Yeah, in '88, the year I was born.
Nice. Me too, brother.
All right, guys. Well, that's gonna be it for our rapid fire for today. But however, we do have a champion today, which is the phenomenal Juan.
Say, bro, and it's and new.
under protest. Under protest.
I want to recount.
Under protest.
Yeah, we're gonna do a replay. We did have a challenge on the play, but they're reviewing it, so we'll see if the NFL can correct that do a correction later.
The state of Texas are going to sue.
We'll just look at the video.
I was feeling the same way when before you came. I had no competition, so I'm glad that you're actually a formidable foe.
And I'm not even mad at Juan for getting those questions. I feel that Seabass took all the good questions and he gave me all the bad questions. Seabass is sitting here wasting time.
Well, she was like pass.
Also decided the order here, so blame yourself, bro.
I guess.
All right, guys. Well, in this case, we are going to go ahead and give our winner, Juan, a little platform. So you do get 2 minutes to talk about whatever it is that you ever want in your life.
And if you don't speak, we'll find you like Kyrie.
Damn. Don't worry.
This is mental forte.
All right, and go for it.
2 whole minutes, story of my life. We have Aaron Rodgers to talk about because he's the MVP now, and I still think it's close, but I think he is currently in the driver's seat for the MVP, and it's his to lose now, especially with Mahomes throwing those 3 picks, and Aaron Rodgers now being the first quarterback ever to have 39 touchdowns and 4 or less interceptions in NFL history. You put those numbers in, he's going to be on pace to score 50 touchdowns, probably 51. So last person to do that was Patty Mahomes. Patty Mahomes, when he threw 50 touchdowns 2 years ago, guess what? Won the MVP. So he's going to lock up the first seed once they, win their next 2 out of 3 games. And, of course, the Saints win. He's going to play well in all those games, and he's going to lock up the MVP. I still think Patty Mahomes is probably the best player right now, but Aaron Rodgers is the most valuable because, again, the Packers turned into cheese shit without Aaron Rodgers, and Mahomes, they probably end up, making a wild card, maybe even securing. No, actually, no, they wouldn't secure a win because that was always their curse. But shout out to Tosco. I know it wasn't, he was definitely a formidable champion. Now I'm looking forward to exchanging some wins with him, but congratulations to him, man. He's having a baby boy. God bless him there.
Yeah,
Want him.
congrats,
I I think
congrats.
above all the sports talk, all the smack talk, all the Jaguar cheap shots that just we have to take because they're too easy. We're a group of guys that truly care about each other, and definitely makes me happy whenever we just see other great stuff happen in each other's lives, whether it be new family, new promotion. So Dosco, healthy baby, healthy wife, happy life, all that. Wishing you nothing but the best, champ.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
No,
Hopefully,
yeah.
yeah, hopefully, we it's this next year is good for all of us.
Of course, and just kind of piggybacking on. Thank you. First of all, thank you, phenomenal Juan, and congrats, obviously, on your win today. Just I want to say, just like Juan was mentioning, congrats to our crewmate here, Tosco, Coach Tosco. He is having a little baby boy. Congrats with that, man. Obviously, we're here to support you. We'll give him a little Meso Forte sports shirt or something.
Nice. Looking
Yeah,
forward to that.
there we go. So
Yeah.
definitely, guys, we are gonna go ahead and actually just kind of wrap a little bit up. Just kind of get a final word from everyone. Just give me a couple sentences. What you guys think next week, and just kind of go from there. Tosco.
Uh, Great college football weekend. Make sure you're out there watching it. And as one sport is coming to an end, another sport's going to begin. Basketball is going to start soon, so we can start getting excited for that.
There you go.
And hopefully, it's a good season. Hopefully, minimal COVID interruption. But yeah, we have sports to look forward to. So thank God for that.
There we go. See, Bass.
Completely agree on that. Thank God we got college football, NFL, basketball starting up, many soccer games out there. But also want to say to everyone out there, we are getting very, very close to the holidays. I don't know if we'll do another show before then. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, guys. To everyone that's watching or listening, we are doing this because we love sports. We're friends and we just like to kick it. So if you guys are enjoying it, pretty much just wait for more. We'll be coming back, and thank y'all for listening.
Juan, champion.
The champ. Hey man. Ric Flair once said, "Being the man and staying the man are two different things, man." So, yeah, I was a man today, but gotta continue being the man, just like Tosco had been. So we'll see about that, right? But not just happy to just kick it with you all, just talk sports.
Holidays, I don't know if we'll do another show.
Like Seabass said, happy holidays coming up. Hope everyone spends it with the family. Hope we all get to see each other in person sooner rather than later. And just looking forward to the sports weekend, man. We had what we thought was the game of the year. I probably would have said, if you told me the Browns and the Ravens was going to be the game of the year, I would have said, shut the hell up. What's wrong with you? But I was thinking that it's going to be safe for this weekend with the Chiefs and the Saints, right? So hopefully it is this weekend, and the Monday night game was just a little teaser what is to come. But either way, just the implications on of that game on its own is already going to be just worth the watch.
There we go. Just kind of a final word, Crack AV.
Go Jets.
Yeah. No, just
It's
really
Raiders.
grateful that there's sports going on. It's great that there's still football happening at this stage of the game. That being said, the holidays are coming up. Please, everybody, be safe out there. Maybe play a bunch of Mezzo Forte Sports YouTube videos to stay nice and isolated. But be safe out there, everybody. Thank you for watching so much. We love doing this for you.
Nice. And of course, everyone's favorite superfan Art.
Thank you, Dan. To our viewers out there, thank you for your continued support. I mean, we'd be nothing without y'all. Football is slowly coming to an end, so we got to enjoy every single weekend that we have of it. And then we'll switch forward to what basketball has in store. Holidays coming around, so be safe. Take some stock into what's more important in your lives right now. be thankful for what we got, each other, friendship, family, all that good stuff. And, we'll see what 2021 has in store. I mean, how bad can it be?
Please don't say that.
Honestly, thank you so much, guys. Just to kind of wrap it up and just piggybacking on everyone, I just want to thank everyone for the support. I know that we are coming up with a lot of new ideas, new things, just in general. Really, who we're just trying to compete is with the big guys. I believe that, we super fans do control, the sports world. We are the sports world. The other side of it. So definitely, having a great time here. Just hanging out with you guys, with the sports fans that you guys are, and really just with everyone. That's whether you are over here in Texas, Florida, New York, whatever part of the coast that you're at, or whatever part of the world, really. Sports are, the universal language. In this case, you either win, you lose, and sometimes you die. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, guys. Today, happy holidays. We might do a couple more episodes before the holidays. I'm not sure, but just in case we don't, again, also as well, you guys, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. Be with your families. Make sure you eat a lot. Then just work it out later or something. But go ahead, Evan. Let's go ahead and just start wrapping it up. Alright, guys, so that's go ahead and gonna be it for this week's episode. Hope y'all can chill with us next time. So y'all go ahead and follow us on Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Music provided to you by Studio 13th Day. This is Danny BMD signing off and saying later to all of y'all. Go ahead and bring it home, Arturo. Boo.
Thank you, Dan. The NBA lesson today is if championships are what you seek, the Milwaukee Bucks got to pay the Greek freak. Remember, sports are great, but mean nothing without y'all, the fans. This is episode number 5. Till next time, folks, be cool, stay safe, and keep on listening to Meso Forte Small.
Woo! All right, guys,